Hi, this is Allison Pryor, and I'm going to show you how to paint beautiful, big, fluffy clouds today. This is a very easy technique. It's great for beginners. If you're a beginner and you have trouble with clouds, then you are going to love this. So all you have to do is take your bristle brush, and it's a small bristle brush, so that you can make your nice clouds. And what I did was I picked up a bit of white paint and I tapped it off my tissue so it wasn't too much paint. And the blue paint on the sky is dry now. So all I'm doing now is making circles. So I'm just putting my brush on my canvas and I'm making circles. I'm going around and around and around that cloud. So I made the cloud and then I just keep making circles around the cloud. I didn't pick up any more paint because I want the paint to come off my brush and onto the canvas. And what I want to do is I want it to fade out. So see how it's fading out and blending in with the sky? That's what I want it to do. So that way you can have a beautiful cloud that looks like it's part of the sky. So make sure you don't put any more paint on your brush. Make sure you have enough in the beginning. You don't need a lot. And then you just scrub as if you're scrubbing at your canvas. So that's your scrubbing. So you learn different techniques and different strokes, and that's scrubbing stroke. So now what I'm doing is I picked up a little more paint again, and I'm going on top of that cloud that I already did because I want to brighten it up. Okay, I only got a little bit of paint on there. You'll have to get used to how much paint you need, but start off with tiny amounts first. And that way you won't have big blobs. And see how I'm just coming down again. I'm just doing the same technique again over the same cloud. And as you can see, the paint is starting to wear off the brush and it's just softening up on its own. Your brush does all the work for you. All you got to do is figure out how much paint to put on your brush. I always start with a little bit first. And then I'll keep going and I'll scrub and scrub until most of the paint is off the brush. And now that cloud looks like it's blended in with the sky. So it gives it a more natural look and a more fluffy look because you're trying to get fluffy looking clouds. So now I think I'm going to start a new cloud. And when you start a new cloud, you can start in a different area of the canvas or you can overlap. And when you overlap, that really makes your painting very interesting. And what you need to do is get your tissue, always have lots of tissue with you, and you put a bit of white paint on it and you wipe it off, tap it off in your tissue so that you don't have a big load of paint on there. And then you're going to pick a spot to go in front of that cloud. So I'm picking the bottom part there because it's more blended in with the sky. And that way, now when I put the new cloud on, you can see the separation. So now I'm going to start another cloud. And I'm just overlapping them. But you can see the separations there because I picked a spot where the cloud was blended out on the bottom. And that gave me an area where I could see the separation. If I went back over the same cloud on top, you wouldn't see it. You think it's just it's just making that cloud bigger, that's all. But right now we're getting these new clouds and you can see the separations. Now I do go back over them with a little bit more white paint and scrub it on there just so that I can brighten up that top of that cloud. But as you can see, I'm still scrubbing. I'm scrubbing the bottom of the cloud so it blends nicely at the bottom. Okay, see how it's blending nicely into the cloud, into the sky? That looks really pretty. See how nice and pretty that is? And then you got this little mist coming off the cloud, which is kind of nice too. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to make a cloud, but not a thicker one. I'm going to make sort of a long, thin cloud. these are just different clouds I want to show you how to make. And what I did was I put a little bit of white in my brush and tapped it off in my tissue. And then I took the top part and I just scrubbed it on. You can tap it on if you like. And then scrub at the bottom of it again so that it blends in with the sky. See how that, it gives a nice soft look. That's where it looks so nice and puffy. That's why they look so puffy and bright. I'll probably put some more paint on top of that to bring it out even more. So I'm just going to tap that on top there. See, that's white paint, a little bit of white paint on my brush. And I'm just going to tap that on there, bring up a few little humps, sort of, so that you can get kind of shape to your cloud. I'm kind of tapping it down into the area that I blended out into the sky. Just different ways to make clouds. You don't always have to scrub, but tapping and tapping and tapping till all the paint comes off. See that? And it blends right in with the bottom of the sky. Isn't that pretty? So easy. When you get used to it, you'll be able to make all kinds of clouds. You'll be able to make them with tissue paper, toothbrush, spoon, anything at all, finger. It's true. I got videos on how to make clouds with all different types of things. Because you don't always have to be using brushes. You can use anything that you can create art with. Don't always have to be a brush, but I enjoy using brushes. So down here I did the same thing. I added white to my brush and I tapped it off into my tissue. There I scrubbed. Going around circles, scrubbing, scrubbing, scrubbing. Going up and down to make shapes. See? Just scrubbing on hardly any paint. My brush. And that's what gives that nice fluffy look. Because it's not a big blob of white paint. It's just a soft, misty looking cloud. And then when you add your highlights, that's what brings out that fluffiness. And I think it's important that you use a bristle brush, because bristle brushes are for scrubbing and tapping, okay? Scrubbing and tapping. The synthetic and nylon brushes and sable brushes and things like that, they are kind of more for long strokes, for blending your paints together. And you'll get used to different types of brushes and what to use. But if you want to tap and you want to scrub, and you want to make bushes and you want to make leaves on trees and things like that, like, thick leaves on trees. And bristle brushes are great for that because you just punch, 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 tap, tap, tap. And you can scrub, scrub, scrub. So just keep that in mind, because a lot of people, beginners, not sure what kind of brushes to use. I didn't know what to use. And when I was learning to paint back in 2007 or 5 and 7 and things like that, I didn't have the opportunities that you have today of all these videos and how to do this and how to do that. I had to look it up in books. Well, thank you so much for watching my video today. And if you liked my video, you can give me a like, you can share my video, and you can subscribe and press the notification button so you can get lots more videos like you've seen today. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye.